Okay, so let's go ahead and share. Amazing. Welcome to Inward, bitches. I'm so fucking stoked that you guys are here. Just like all the marketing says, this is a free live masterclass specifically for you, God-led visionary woman, ready to maximize impact, income, intimacy, and intuition through the body. Regardless of where you're at in business, this is going to support you in deepening into all four of these things. So, agenda, because your girl likes to be a little Virgo mommy. I like to have everything organized so you guys can just relax and receive. We'll start with a little energy attunement, tapping into just what's alive and present right now in the field for you. I'll give you a little backstory and why this masterclass was created. We'll dive into the three pillars: spirit, somatics, soul-led service, drop into some integration, some next steps, and then if we have time, I'll stay on here a bit after for a little Q&A so you guys can get some live coaching. Okay, and before we dive deeper, what I'm going to have you guys do is take a moment, take a screenshot of this, go on Instagram, tag me, and at the end of this call, I'm going to choose one of you to do a free 45-minute coaching call with me. So just take a screenshot of Inward, share on your story, tag me, and then at the end, I will choose one of you for a free 45-minute session. Little smile on, little cheese, little little picture moments. Amazing, amazing. And you can share it after, you can share it right now. I'll give you guys a moment to just do that. Okay. So we're going to start by just attuning ourselves to the field. And what I mean by this is we're simply going to drop anything that you received or were in or were thinking about before this moment and anything that may be coming up after this moment. And simply bringing awareness to your body as it is right now and bring us all together as one collective field. So I'll invite you to find a comfy seat. This practice is only going to be 5-10 minutes max. So finding a comfy seated position where your spine is straight. Perhaps placing some pillows underneath your hips, making sure that your hips are higher than your knees. This will support with the straightening of your spine and enhancing energy flow. Beautiful, all my angels. And if and when you feel ready, gently beginning to close down the eyes. Simply bringing awareness to your breath as is right now. Not needing to change or fix or manipulate anything that you're noticing. Simply just giving it permission to breathe. Allowing your body to breathe you. Releasing anything that came before this moment anything that may come after this moment. And gently just bringing your awareness down to the base of your spine, starting to envision these big, beautiful, strong, iridescent roots beginning to make their way out the bottom of the spine, through whatever you're seated on, through the top layers of the earth, through the deeper, darker, textured layers underneath, until you reach the core. And as you reach the core, just beginning to notice her qualities. Perhaps this steadfast power, this unmatched radiance. As you begin to breathe in her qualities, I'm going to invite you to lasso these big, beautiful, strong, iridescent roots around this core. Counting as you do so. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as many more times as you need to ensure that this connection is immovable. Perhaps taking a little squeeze with the pelvic floor, ensuring that immovability. Hmm. Mm. Gently beginning to make your way back up through those big, beautiful, iridescent roots. Through the deeper, darker, textured layers of the earth. Up through the lighter layers. And through whatever you're seated on. Back to the base of your spine. And as you nestle your awareness back into the base of your spine, invitation here to take 3 deep, beautiful breaths. We'll do an inhale through the nose, filling up the belly, moving through the diaphragm, folding it in the heart space for just a moment. And audible through the mouth, sounding it out as you exhale. Again, inhale through the nose, filling up the belly, diaphragm all the way up to the heart space. An audible sounding it out as you exhale. Last one here, inhale, filling up the belly, diaphragm up in the chest, the heart space for just a moment, seeing if you can witness the expansion from all 4 directions. Inaudible. Bringing your awareness up into the heart space, beginning to invite in some movement back into your spine, perhaps taking some spinal circles or some seated cat cows. Yeah. Mm. And taking whatever else you need to feel complete before coming back to the screen. Just bringing all of our energy together. Mm. Mm. Taking your time, taking your time, taking your time. Mm. Mm. Beautiful. So now that our energy is one and we can breathe and move and feel as one, we'll dive a bit deeper into the juice of what today's class is going to hold. So you're all here for the same reason. You're a God-led visionary woman desiring to maximize impact, income, intimacy, and intuition. And by a show of hands, how many of you already have a soul-led business? Yeah, I should see like all the hands going up. It's one of the requirements to be in here. Amazing. Yeah, every single one of you already has a soul-led business. And I'm curious, by a show of hands, mm, I have three questions. By a show of hands, how delicious does it feel? Does it feel delicious to work on your business? Raise your hand if it feels really, really yummy and delicious to work on your business. Yeah, I know Anne Marie does. We introduced this topic called pleasurepreneur, and we absolutely love it. Let me open the screen so I can see all of you guys. Yeah, show of hands if it feels good and delicious to work on your business. Yeah, Michaela, period. I know that bitch does. Dakota, Christy, period. I know, period. Okay, amazing. Holly, period. Amazing. Okay, my second question is how held do you feel in your own structure in your business? If you feel held in the structure of your business, raise your hand. Michaela, yeah, that's daddy, period. Holly, getting there. Yeah. Christy, yeah. Okay. So I'm feeling and hearing that there's a lot of pleasure, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of desire to integrate pleasure and energy into business and also meet that with beautiful containment and structure to be able to healthfully sustain the expansion. Michaela, I do, and there's more structure I could def implement. Yes, Virgo mommy, period. Amazing. Saphira, I'm just sort of in lingerie laying in bed. It's so fucking cute. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna be tuning into messages here and there, so whenever you catch me dropping in, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so you're all here for the same reason, to learn how to trust God to show up for you, even if you can't see how yet, to get your body and mind on board with the energy of spirit and miracles, and to build unwavering conviction in your authority and leadership to execute and move with the vision God only gave you. And here's another question. How many of you have started doing my miracle log? Raise your hands. Yeah, Dakota, Joanna, Michaela, Christy. Okay, I'm curious, just by dropping into that practice, what has come in for you? Just like one little dope ass thing. Got my first doula client, period. Gratitude in the crunchy moments. Abundance is everywhere. Period, Joanna. Hee hee hee. Amazing. More opportunities and random deposits. Yeah. Yeah. And also, out of these three things, learning to show up, trust God, even if you can't see how yet, getting your body and mind on board with spirit and miracles, and building unwavering conviction in your vision, which one of these three is the strongest, or is it all three for you presently right now? Holly, literally jaw-dropping amount of blessings, period. Period. Yeah. One, two, and three, which one is your heart just deeply desiring most? Or is it all three that you're really desiring to deepen right now? Mhm. You guys can see my screen, right? It's not tweaking. Two and three, 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 all three, period, period. Okay. So we're resonating with everything on the screen right now. Beautiful. Amazing. I need to figure out how to keep this and also see you guys. So, if you don't know me already, I know most of you on here. I'm Cameron. I'm a trauma-informed sensual embodiment facilitator, 200-hour RYT, NLP practitioner, root cause somatic and energetic practitioner, and my favorite is creator of miraculous God-filled spaces. So, just to give you a rundown of how I've gotten to the place I'm at now, where I'm currently living in Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. I'm consistently making 9 to 10K months with women that fucking light me up like fucking crazy. Some of you are on this call. Um, just to give you a little background. So I've been coaching business owners, coaches, entrepreneurs for the last 5 years. It's had different iterations, of course, and I've been an entrepreneur pretty much my entire adult life, even like pre-adult life. Um, I started fitness coaching when I was a junior in college, and I would actually bring my clients in person upstairs to my apartment gym, train them for $20 a fucking hour. And that's how I got started. It's so cute. She didn't know how to charge her worth, but we start somewhere. And when COVID hit, I took that in-person personal training business online, hired a business coach, and went from probably like 20K a year, maybe less, to 80K in the first year. And once I graduated college, drove cross country to San Diego, merged businesses with my best friend at the time. And we ended up seeing a demand within the demographic of coaches, business owners, entrepreneurs to support their mindset and their capacity to hold more. So we ended up following through on that little nudge and turned it into a full-blown business. It was called the Mindset Movement. So we focused more on mindset within business and ended up bringing in 160K within the first year of operation in that business. So I know how to build a business. I know how to get people in. I know how to sell, but that's not the point of this. The point is to sustain momentum, and the point is to fucking feel so goddamn good while you're doing it. And I'll say the last time I did, actually, 2 times ago, I did a group program at the end of 2022. I had just gotten back from India and was like looking at all these like pleasure feminine angels on Instagram, and I was like, oh, I can do that. Like, oh, I can integrate pleasure. But it was all performative. I love her. And it was all performative. I ended up having a 25K launch in 2022, but then burnt out like a week later because I was just moving from performance and convincing and wasn't actually coming from a fulfilled essence and being. I didn't have a relationship with God yet. I didn't have a relationship with my pussy yet. I didn't have the structure and containment to be able to consistently produce that over and over, which is why we're here. Um, so some of the biggest pieces since then, since the end of 2022, have been two womb awakenings. So diving again deeper into the power of the womb and our pussy and her mysticism and our ability to connect to our inherent and authentic power through that part of ourselves. Um, integrating more pleasure and slowness and creativity and like allowing the body to transmit and channel messages, programs, content, etc. Um, as well as tuning deeper into the subtle body and actually bringing an authentic relationship with God into the picture. So let me check the messages because I can't see you guys right now. How is this landing with you guys? Is there any resonance so far with my story? I'm curious. Safira, baby girl. Christy, baby girl. Okay, well, let's dive deeper into the juice. I need to figure out how I can keep the chat up top. Let's see. Okay. So oh, there we go. The chat's up top. Thank you, Lord. So diving into the three different pieces of not just this masterclass, but my work and how you can go deeper into maximizing impact, income, intimacy, and intuition without losing your juiciness, without losing your fucking fun, without losing your authenticity, and without losing who the fuck you actually are. So Spirit is all about learning how to trust God to show up for you, even if you can't see how yet. And the first question I'm going to ask you guys to let me know in the chat box, what energy does God currently show up with in your life right now? And you can take a moment, perhaps close your eyes, take a deep breath, and authentically feel into your true answer as it is now. Is it unconditional? Do you feel provided for? Is it steady, consistent? Do you feel abandonment when you think of God? Hurt, inconsistent, numb, out of touch, out of reach? And simply just allowing your authentic answer to flow through you. Conditional, distant, inconsistent. Yeah. Unconditional, but often get stuck in abandonment and hurt, out of reach. Yes. And we're going to drop into all of these. Thank you guys for sharing so openly and vulnerably. A lot of unease and uncertainty, but haven't had a feeling of trust and surrender to the greater picture. Hot and cold, feels loving and supportive, and also only here when I beg or plead for it. Yeah. Supported, sometimes resistance, unwavering, little distance right now. Full spectrum, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you guys for sharing so vulnerably and authentically. So, the second question I'm going to ask you is, what is your relationship currently like with your blood father, whether he's still earthbound or not? And taking some of the same things we said in the last slide, is it unconditional? Do you feel provided for? Soft, steady, consistent? Or is there an energy of abandonment, hurt, inconsistent, out of touch, out of reach? And invitation to be gentle and kind to yourself as you're answering this question specifically. And again, thank you in advance for your vulnerability and your heart. I don't take that lightly. Hmm. What is your current relationship like with your blood father, whether still earthbound or not? And something to ponder on underneath this question is your inner man still demonstrating those qualities as a means of consciously or unconsciously receiving your father's approval or choosing? Is there a part within you, your inner man, that is staying inconsistent because that's what your father demonstrated to you? Therefore, you're staying in that cycle to unconsciously be chosen by him. And these are all going to connect. God and blood father is all going to connect here in a second. Let me go to, yeah, Danny holding you, Holly holding you, provision, close, unwavering, steady, distant, disconnected, abandonment, wants to love me but doesn't know how. Yeah, distant, struggled a lot when I was younger, have not seen or talked to my father since I was 15, inconsistent, disappointment. Yes, 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 yes. Mm, okay. And I want you guys to take a moment and genuinely just hold your heart as you allow that part of yourself to be seen. And also notice how many other women have experienced the same thing that you have. And there is such an intricate, important connection between our relationship with God and our relationship with our blood father, which also correlates to our relationship with money, our relationship with men, our relationship with our business. They're intricately connected. And I'm going to invite you all, if you're getting distracted on your phone, because this is a touchy subject, to come back meow, because we're going into it together. All right, let me just pull up my notes to make sure we're hitting on everything. And neither is right or wrong. Neither is right or wrong. Whether it's consistent, inconsistent, shows up, doesn't show up, it's all just a means of what's alive. And we need God. We need the pillar. We need consciousness, steady awareness, healthy masculine energy to keep the train anchored on the tracks as we're building momentum and traversing more delicious landscapes in and out of business. And I think something I really want to touch on, because I see this so much, I was in this too, is the feminine goddess flow pandemic, where there's a perhaps lack of responsibility that wants to be taken account. Um, and what this really is little girl consciousness disguised as a sex priestess. And mm, mm. I'm curious to know in the chat, did you guys notice a very clear, direct line between your relationship with your father and your relationship with God? Was there like a clear mirror there? Yeah. 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 Totally. Totally. Yeah. And the thing is, our first initial imprint of masculine energy, of provision, of structure, of containment influences everything for the rest of our lives. 100%. Yeah. Okay, let's go a bit deeper in here. So I'm going to give you guys little action pieces for each of the three pillars. So with spirit specifically, one of my favorite things to do to get into clear alignment with God and hear his voice clearly, like clear as day, is to first sit in silence for 15 minutes. Simply just noticing your breath going in and out of the nose, releasing expectations, agenda, and reaching, and then opening up a channel dialogue with God. So, like opening up your journal, asking questions, being like, God, I feel unsteady right now. Is there anything you need me to know? And simply just allowing yourself to receive whatever answers come through and trusting the first thing that comes through. And it's the ultimate connective exercise to also tune into your inner authority and your inner knowing. It's one of my favorite practices ever. And moving into the somatics piece. Okay, Megan also said I'm going to move to the chat. I feel like my mom shows more structure, masculine, taking care of things my dad does. Yeah. Who else can relate with that? Because my mom's the same. She takes on like the masculine role. She's the fucking cock of the house. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. And the reason that happens is because the women in our lineage haven't felt safe to fully receive. And there's stories I'm going to go deeper into later, um, that shows like why my lineage wasn't safe to receive as women. And I'm curious if anyone else has a similar experience. Um, but yeah, when women don't feel safe, we take on the role of man, of provider, of masculine, because we're like, fuck these hoes. Like, I need to, I need to make sure I'm provided for. I need to make sure I could be taken care of. So the somatic piece, getting your body and mind on board with the energy of spirit and miracles. Until you show your body that a new reality of provision, miracles, a healthy relationship with authority, leadership, responsibility is possible, you'll continue operating in your fear default, bringing you back to patterns of lack, attempted prediction, and scarcity. So, story time with this. I'm really glad Michaela's on this call because she was here in the beginning of January when I was circulating in the same fucking pattern over and over and over again of bringing in a couple hundred or a couple $1,000 and then going back to $15. And then a couple thousand and then 15, and a couple thousand and 15, and a couple thousand and 15. And it was this consistent pattern of not being able to trust myself in responsibility, in authority, and in consistency. Does anyone else resonate with that? Where like you see a lot of money come in and it's like, oh, where the fuck did it go? And it's like, see a lot of money come in and like, oh, where the fuck did it go? Literally no shame, same. Like, yeah, it's normal. We're gonna normalize this. Exactly. Yeah. This is, yeah, period. I'm gonna go deeper into this, Michaela. Success hack. Stay around sisters who can remind you of who you are. Period. Lauren says consistency, that's the struggle. Okay, there's a little invitation here with that as well. So I am living proof that it is possible to go from those patterns to actually creating sustainability and consistency in your business, but not just your business, like in your creative fucking pursuits, in the juiciness that you feel in creation. A week and a half after Michaela left, probably not even a week and a half after, I ended up bringing 6 soul clients on within a week. because I joined three separate containers with women that would fucking call me into my highest, that wouldn't let me settle, that wouldn't let me continue circulating in these patterns of lack and scarcity, that wouldn't let me normalize that. Yeah. And it was fucking terrifying, bitch. Like, did I have the money? Maybe, kinda. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. And that goes into my next little piece here. Because I wasn't around women who had their nervous systems already attuned to safety and expansion. More money, more eyes on their work, deeper intimacy, deeper impact in client sessions, etc. The women and the spaces and the circles we step into are who we become. So it's not necessarily doing this work on your own, my love. It's fucking getting in groups of women that will call you fucking higher. Yeah. Who has experienced that shit before? Whether it be like a retreat or like a group program, and you're like, oh my God, like I can create like five babies right now. Like you're just so lit off of female energy. Oh, okay, I love you. Yeah, Za, Lexus. Yes. Yes. Yes, totally. It's the women that you're surrounded with. And okay, that's the next part. A big piece of this is mm, there was something I was gonna say. Where'd it go? Let's see. Okay. So I'm guessing you all are familiar with medicine work and how people in villages and tribes pass down like ayahuasca and how to do it from generation to generation, right? Like that's something you don't learn it in like a course. You don't learn it like in a in like an online mentorship container. Like you learn it in the flesh from your grandmother or your grandfather or your mother or your grandfather, right? Like it's in the flesh. And that's what we need as women, as felt sent beings, whether it's online or in person, is to be able to feel another woman's transmission, energetic attunement, and felt experience through the body, through the present moment. It's the most important piece to expanding, to deepening your impact, to bringing in more income, to feeling safe in deeper intimacy, to being even more attuned to your intuition. I've heard one woman say that womb work specifically can only be passed down through another woman that has dropped into her womb. We can't learn this shit in books. Can't learn this shit on a Netflix documentary. We have to learn it from other women. We have to learn it from other women. And so I have a little practice that I want to take you guys through that I'm a bit curious about. And it's this. Raise your hand if right now 5K came in, you'd know exactly what to do with it, how to shepherd the money in a way that honors longevity, and you have the systems to sustain it. Go ahead and raise your hand if you'd be able to do that. If 5K came in right now, you knew exactly what you're going to do with it, you knew how to sustain it, and you had the systems to sustain it. Okay, period. Yeah, couple hands. Yeah, right. What about 10K? Raise your hand if 10K came in. You'd have the systems to sustain it. You know where it's going to go. Okay. Yeah. 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 Christy says I can raise my hand to maybe one or two of these. Then I feel like money comes in and I'm like, hey, let's spend it. Yes. Yes. This is fucking normal, okay? And the reason I ask this is because, again, it's not just nervous system, but it's also the systems and the containers that we create to be able to shepherd that consistent amount of money all the fucking time, every single month. Because if someone throws you 50K, you're gonna be like, what to do with it? And like spend it all, right? Like it's not gonna be sustainable. And this is a sustainability game. Sustainability game. Because what we're doing here isn't just for us, bitch. You know that. It's for your babies, it's for your grandbabies. It's to show your siblings, your parents, what's actually fucking possible when you not just go in on your soul mission, but you actually anchor into the container to be able to sustain the growth of it. Yeah, longevity is a huge piece. Longevity is a huge piece. And another piece with somatics is diving into subtle energy. So when I say subtle energy, I mean what is underneath our conscious awareness, what's underneath the thoughts, the patterns, the behaviors, and what's actually settled down there once we get quiet and still enough to allow it to emerge. And something that I do in my work is subtle energy attunement. And what this does is it allows us to meet what's actually pulsing and present in the body to open up space to allow creativity to spew through, to allow transmissions to spew through, to allow clarity to spew through by releasing expectation, by releasing agenda, and simply just attuning to the now moment. And I'm curious if one of my one-on-one angels, if Dakota or Anne Marie, if you guys would be open to doing a live demo to share these angels or show these angels what it's like to dive in.
I can. Does
Dakota,
Dakota want to?
you want to, babe? What's coming up? Whoever doesn't want to, that's like an invitation that there's a crunch there that wants to be felt. And
What exactly are you wanting out of this?
so we're simply just allowing them to witness what energy attunement looks like.
Lead the way.
Okay, so who wants to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay, okay. All right. So, um, this is just gonna be a quick little 5-minute demo. Watching energy move, we're going to track, or Anne Marie and I are going to track her system and be able to witness where energy moves, where it may be dense, where it may be open. And this is what really allows us to stay as open channels to allow God and spirit to move through us in our business, in our creativity, in our transmissions, and everything. Energy flow is fucking everything. And this is just one of the ways that we tune into it. All right. So everyone, if you can pin Anne Marie. Thank you for doing this, by the way, babe. I appreciate you. All right. And let me not share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see her or do you just see the screen? You see her?
I see her.
Thank you. Okay. So let's see, where'd you go, babe? There you are. All right, everyone pinning Anne Marie. And gently in your own timing, babe, if and when it feels safe, beginning to close down the eyes. Simply allowing your system to rest in the base of your spine. Bringing awareness to your breath as it is now. Not needing to fix or shift or change anything that's happening. Just simply bringing awareness to the inner world as it is. Bringing awareness to sensation that's beginning to make itself known in the body. Allowing just one to emerge in its own timing.
A little bit of tension at the bottom of my left shoulder blade.
Yeah, bringing awareness to the tension at the bottom left of your shoulder blade. Bring your loving awareness in and around. And just noticing the size of this sensation.
It's like a golf ball.
And is this golf ball thick or is it thin?
It's like thick.
Mm. Does it have a certain color?
Blue.
You say red or blue?
It's like a blue, like a dark blue.
Dark blue. And if it had a texture,
Kind of like a golf ball texture, like hard but lumpy.
yeah, beautiful. This dark blue golf ball on the bottom left shoulder blade. Continuing to keep loving awareness within and around this sensation. Not needing it to do anything, not needing it to be any different. And asking this dark blue golf ball directly what its purpose is and why it's here.
It's here so it can help me move my arms fast, like to push someone away or protect myself.
Protection. Who is it protecting you from?
It said everyone.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Letting her be present to protect you from everyone. Perhaps what quality do people have that isn't safe?
Judgment.
Mm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And like hiding their judgment.
Mm. Towards you.
Mm-hmm.
How does that begin to impact the heart?
I feel very closed off.
Mm-hmm. Mm. And if you breathe into the core, the center of the heart space, is there a deeper desire there for this part with other humans? Mm.
Yeah, like compassion is coming up, like a desire for us all to just have compassion for each other
Mm.
and like wishing more compassion in myself too.
Mm. Mm-hmm. What happens if you allow yourself to feel that compassion?
I'm like, no.
Yeah, there's that beautiful part that's like, oh, but pain, fuck that. Yeah. Noticing what happens in the womb as you allow yourself to feel compassion. Hmm. Noticing what happens in the heart, the throat, the solar. Notice what happens in the posture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And letting this beautiful part know that we'll be back to check in on her later at another time and thank her for coming up, for showing herself to us, for allowing her to be witnessed by all these beautiful, safe women. Yeah, and taking your time, coming back, coming into your physical environment first before the screen. Mm. Uh-huh. And if there's anything you desire to share with these women around energy tracking and what either this session or just in general, what it's supported you in tapping into and opening up.
Yeah, I can speak about this session and other sessions. Like like so fast, like you just helped me learn the key to overcoming like a current frustration I have, which is like I just need to like call on more compassion. Like that's really it just feels like the answer. And then previous session like healing literally the relationship with my dad deeper than I've ever done in any other therapy session with anyone. And then that led to like much better intimacy than I've ever had before.
Best
And
sex of your life.
yeah, I was like literally the night after, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it could be this good. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you
hmm
for sharing. Thank you for coming on, allowing your heart to be witnessed, Angel. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So energy tracking is such a big part of allowing yourself to receive the blessings and miracles and abundance and more of life, the impact, income, intimacy, intuition. It allows us to open up to what we actually desire by going into the parts of us that may be closed to those things, even unconsciously. Most of the time, it's unconscious. And this practice allows us to go in and bypass the conscious and hit like the actual root of what's stopping us from receiving what we actually desire. Okay, let's go back into the slides. My God, these sessions fucking light me up. Okay. So, your action in terms of somatics is we're gonna need to take radical fucking action and make sure you're in a community that pours the fuck into you and can hold you accountable to this greater vision. Whether it's me or not, I do not care. I need you to be held. I need you to be held. And one of the things I'm giving you guys that's worth 333 is my somatic leadership practice vault at the end of this call. So I'll email it to you guys once we finish. But in that, you have access to practices that are under 30 minutes and over 30 minutes that allow you to drop into the miracle frequency, allow you to drop into convicted authority and leadership, allow you to receive more miracles and abundance and income and intimacy and all the things. So that's the action from this part. You're going to fucking invest in yourself. Again, I don't care if it's with me or not. You're just going to fucking invest and get in rooms with women that want to see you fucking rise because you can only pour so much into yourself. We need other people. We need other women, okay? Let women pour into you. And then you'll get that practice vault as well. And then soul-led service. Building unwavering conviction in your authority and leadership to execute and move with the vision God only gave you. Because God only gave it to you, bitch. No one else is going to execute it. God only gave it to you. And so this is my personal favorite out of the three. It's also the trickiest out of the three. Because fear of being in your authority, fear of being in authority, fear of holding more responsibility, fear of being in your leadership actually stems from you being shut down as a little girl. And just like we did in that energy tracking practice, it comes down to sitting with the unconscious memories. They're unconscious. You can't just think your way into them. They can only be accessed in and through the body. But that's where it stems from. And so there's two parts to this equation. There's going into that moment in time, just like I did with Anne Marie, but usually it comes up unexpected. Going into that moment in time where you were shut down and then completing that emotion that has been frozen in your system since that experience. And then from there, either speaking directly or indirectly to that person who was on the other side of that experience. And I want to share a really tender, vulnerable story with you guys around how this has showed up with me, mainly with men, with my blood father and my stepfather, and how going home last year for 5 fucking months, living with my parents for 5 months, actually catapulted me into the most fucking embodied leader I have ever felt in my system. And it came from these two things. It came from going in and realizing that I was shutting down what I actually wanted to say in my business, what I actually fucking wanted to say in my marketing. And feeling those experiences internally with a practitioner, and then actually having those conversations face to face with my stepdad and my father. And it was the scariest fucking shit I've ever done in my life, and I would do it all over again. Who's even just like shaking in their boots thinking about that? Like, oh my God, no. Or perhaps some of you are like, I've already done that. Or some of you are like, oh, I've tried that, but didn't turn out very good. Where are you at in that boat, in that realm of things? Yeah, yeah, Grace. Grace knows. Parent completion is the deepest work. The deepest work. Christy's shaking in my boots, tears. He wouldn't understand what I'm saying. Gulp, tried it. Yeah, I'm like shaking even just thinking about it again, and I did it. It's scary work, and it's the most important fucking work you will ever do in your entire life. Because that's how you pass down clean, beautiful genes to your babies. It's how you free your lineage of pain and lack and scarcity. Not just your future babies, but your fucking parents as they are. And it feels like magic because it fucking is. Because we're all connected in one thread, in one beautiful tapestry. That when you or I go in and do this work, it slowly starts to pull on the thread and the other one opens up as well, consciously or unconsciously. They may not know what's happening, but there will be a shift. Dakota said, I actually got to do that, and it was the hardest, scariest thing I've ever done. But we both ended up in tears, and it led us to creating a relationship we both wanted before he passed. Yeah. Yeah. Dakota and I have been working together for a year, and I've seen this woman traverse some of the deepest, darkest spaces humans have access to. And she's done it with such grace, such tenderness, such beauty, such power. And I definitely, at some point, want her to share her story a bit more. But this is the real work. This is the real fucking work. Yeah, it didn't always feel like that. Don't let her believe. Again, but I'll let you go deeper into that in a bit. Um, this is the real fucking work, babes. It's not building the business. It's not fucking creating systems. It's actually going in and getting to the fucking root. The root of what's in between you, deeper impact, income, intimacy, and intuition. I'm like shaking. I'm so activated right now. Okay. And even if you've done this work, you've had all these conversations, you've done all these somatic practices, exercises, you're speaking your truth, you're being seen online, you're expressing in intimate relationships, and you still feel like there's a ceiling that you're hitting, that you desire to expand through in soul-led service, it's an invitation to bring your other textures of expressions online and own that shit. That part of you that you have, or even society says is unworthy of being integrated into your brand. That sacred slut. Eh. Or that fucking boss bitch. Or that devotional God-led priestess. Or the woman that fucking loves her pussy and her womb blood. Or perhaps there's lighter textures, the part of you that's actually soft and loves to nest and rest in nature. All of these parts give us invitation to hit more people, to make deeper impact, more income, deeper intimacy, and listen to our intuition by honoring all those textures of expression. And that's what branding and selling with soul is. It's connection, it's relatability, it's authenticity. It's you being fucking everything online. I know Holly's been like fucking balls to the wall with this shit recently. Like she's been fucking smacking that shit left and right. Yeah. So good. So good. So my next question to you guys in the chat is which part, you're gonna ask yourself this, which part of me have I not integrated into my brand because there's a part of me that feels like it doesn't belong? Uh-huh. It is scary. Yeah, it is scary for sure, but it's necessary. Monica, almost every part. My strip teasing. Za, I saw you went to Margot's thing. Period. Period. Love it. Yes. Everyone else, which part of you have you not integrated into your brand? Because there's a part that feels like it doesn't belong. It can be subtle, it doesn't have to be like bold. It could be your goofiness. It could be your being a stoner, period. Like, come on, period. It could be your middle school humor. Like, I have middle school potty mouth boy humor. I integrate that. Yeah, you guys notice that. But like integrating even that online. Or the way you love animals, the way that you talk to your inner child talks. My full expression, truth, middle school boy, yeah, tough love and mystic self, authenticity, improv and clowning, strong ass way of saying shit. Period, bitch. I know that's right. Sillier, goofier. Holly, I didn't know you were a stoner. Let's go. Like, come on, let's go. The womb priestess, all of it. How much I want to overthrow the pharma system. Yeah, Christy, we've been talking about being fucking controversial as fuck. Yes. Just being, it's being willing to be canceled. And it's a lot harder done than said. Because there is that deep, deep fear within us that's like, I'm gonna be executed. I'm not gonna be invited. Wait, there's like a fucking, I'm not gonna be invited to the cookout. Like, everyone's gonna disown me. Like, all of these fears are so real. They're so real. And that's why it's important to have the somatic piece, to have the energetic attunement piece, to have women that can hold you accountable as you're stepping into these fucking crunchier versions of expression. Yeah. It's gonna be crunchy and it's gonna be fucking worth it. It's gonna be fucking worth it. So, one of the other actions of your three is you're gonna invite that part into a post this week and let her be celebrated. Send her to me. Let me fucking gas you up. Like, we're gonna own it. We're gonna own the stony baloney. We're gonna own the rock in the boat. Like, we're just gonna fucking own this shit, okay? And you can do it scared. You can do it shaking. The best things in life are when you're fucking terrified. Maybe some of us will get canceled. That's okay. We're doing it together, okay? Period, Holly. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, willing to be canceled. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So integrating. What we're gonna do, I definitely have some like energy spewing through me right now. So we're gonna do a bit of a qigong physical practice to get the energy just like allow it to move a bit before we drop into one more question. So Safira just posted me dancing in the pole like a baddie, period. It's been edgy. Yes, she's been edging. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna do just a quick couple minute qigong energy movement practice to like there's a lot of fucking energy moving right now. So we're just gonna get her out and grooving moving. So invitation to stand up. It's okay if you like move your computer to the other side or whatever you need to do. Take your time, maybe get some water. I haven't given you guys a water break yet. Even though you're grown-ass women, you can do what you want. And you can do this seated, and I would invite you to do it standing. That way we can get as much energy moving as possible. Yeah, yeah, all my baddies be standing up. All my baddies be standing up. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna start by just opening up the arms. Yeah, she's in luteal. Lexus, I trust me, it's gonna feel so good, babe. I hear you. I see you. Let Lucille know that we got her. You can go a little slower if you need to. So we're gonna start by waking up the arms. Our inner arms are actually the feminine, and our outer arms are the masculine. Same goes for our legs. So there may be some more tender, tense places. Simply just breathe and move tenderly with them as you feel them. So we're going to start by making a fist with the right hand, gently beginning to not really punch, but fist the inside and outside of your arms. I got this beautiful practice from one of my teachers. Her name's Gilly Salter. I'm going to talk to her a little bit more later, talk about her a little bit more later. But she introduced me to this practice, and I've been doing it every single morning, and it's fucking flames. So gently moving yourself over to the other side. Again, inside and outside of the arms. Getting the energy moving. Keeping your breath deep and audible as you do so. Bringing the pounding over the top of your chest. Over your boobs if it feels good. Maybe not luteal because those titties be tender. The top of the belly, the diaphragm. The middle of the belly. Around the middle back. Perhaps getting the top of the back of the shoulders. Continuing to breathe deeply as you pound. And then once we get to the womb, we're going to loosen some lymph that exists on the outside. So again, if you're in luteal, you're bleeding, do this gently, please. Gentle pound, and then gentle open, like a triangle, downwards. Pound, open, pound, open, pound, open, pound, open. And this loosens the lymph around the womb, around our creative center, around our creativity, our sexuality, our juice. Bringing the pounding back to your glutes, your hips, your upper thighs. Beautiful. Starting to move up and down the thighs, the front and back. Getting the feet, the baby toes. And then making your way back up. We're going to do 3 more just little dynamic movements. So I don't know what to call these other than like dynamic spinal twists. I forget what my practitioner calls them. But we're simply just going to sway from side to side. You're not going to move your lower half. You're going to focus on allowing your face to hit either direction and simply just allow your arms to be wiggly wobbly. Continuing to breathe. Oh. Oh. Shake it out. So just doing a regular shaky shake. Again, if you're late luteal or you're bleeding, hold your tatas. Wiggle out the arms. Wiggle out the neck. All right, last one here. These are just simple arm reaches. You can have them be more static or more dynamic. Just listen to whatever feels best in your body right now. So static would be reach, reach, reach. And then more dynamic would be these little arm skier thingies. Continuing to keep the breath deep. And taking anything else you need to feel complete. Maybe some big hip circles. Maybe some more neck rolls. And taking your time as you gently join me back her in your own timing. And just naming what you notice in the chat. For me, there's more of a grounding. It's like all that fucking excess energy is now in my womb, in the bottom of my feet. It's more of like a grounded excitement. Less in my head, more in my body. Yes. Alexis, how are we feeling? Luteal vibes. Softer in the body. Yes, loosey goosey. Yeah. Beautiful. How's everyone else feeling? Even more inspired to own my shit. Less delusional, clearer. Yeah. All right, Monica, we'll see you later. Thank you for coming. Gentle and grounded. Beautiful. Amazing. So, last question here, my angels. What is hitting the hardest for you so far? Have you had any aha moments, any realizations so far on this call? Maybe it was the daddy stuff. Maybe it was like, damn, I need to get into a room of a lot of fucking powerful women so I can make sure I rise. Dad part for sure. How many of us are hiding parts of ourselves? Yeah, and it's so fucking normal until we denormalize it. Community. Yeah. How much I need to be in rooms with other women and how I need to have more structure to calibrate to higher levels of impact and income. Yeah. Yeah, and those rooms can support you in all of it. Connection between inconsistency with Father and connection to God. Stop posting on IG because I felt like a chore. Realize I can share other things. Yeah. Yeah. And you can integrate your business into all of it. Needing to trust self and authority and responsibility. Yes, bitch. Yes. All right. Any more ahas or realizations or reflections before we move on? Dad part. Yeah. 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 More sisterhood, bitch. All right. Raise a hand before we go deeper. Who is desiring more of this shit? Like more energy tracking, more somatics, more being in rooms with women that fucking like light your pussy up and you're just like squealing with creativity after calls. Yeah, two hands, maybe two tits. Let's go. So, Polly's like losing it over here. So, you guys are the first ones to see this, and I'm like losing my shit. I'm like shaking right now because this has been in my field for a year and a half, and I might start crying because It means so much to me that I get to invite you guys into this. And it's literally like, it's everything to me. It's everything to me. So this is God embodied. I'm like shaking because I'm so excited. The next step, it's a 12-week somatic mystery school for you angels, for feminine visionaries, to sharpen their authority, deepen their somatic mastery, and build an unwavering faith in the Most High. And I haven't led a super aligned group program in years. Since I've met God in my body for the first time, since I've cleared sexual trauma from my system, since I've allowed myself to have those really challenging conversations with family, like, yeah, I feel really honored that God gave me this to welcome you guys into. And I want to like scream and squirt, throw up, and fucking all the things at once. So, God Embodied is a 3-month somatic mystery school for feminine visionaries. And yes, each month is going to be focused on each of those one of those three core pillars that we touched on today. So month 1 is spirit. So we go deep into building that unwavering trust in God outside of religion, fucking outside of anything you've experienced, outside of any kind of dogmatic practice, outside of the New Age, completely making it your own. And trusting God to show up for you regardless of your present circumstances. Regardless if you have $15 in your bank account, regardless if you have a fucking million. Just fully trusting God and having a sovereign, embodied, and unique relationship with Him. While also embodying complete alignment between body and mind and spirit. And that gap is what I call the miracle frequency, when we can bridge that gap. So that's month 1. Month 2, we'll dive deeper into somatics, subtle energy, and sensuality. So more of what you saw with Anne Marie tonight. Deeper self-trust. So when the inevitable ways of fear, doubt, grief, scarcity, lack come up, you know exactly how to bring yourself back to a state of trust and embodied power. You'll anchor into the tools and energy practices to bring yourself back to faith, trust, and creativity in any moment, and fully trust your intuition and God's voice moving through you. And feel more delicious doing it. And then month 3 is soul-led service. So after doing all of like the deeper work, and there will be some more service stuff integrated before, but month 3 is all fucking service, showing up to your soul business in a way that feels not just authentic, but fucking wet, dude. Like, we want this shit to feel good, okay? And effortlessly attracts your soul clients. Know the energetic shifts and simple systems. I'll give you the simple systems that have supported me with consistency financially, that it takes to lock in a consistent client flow that brings in 5 to 10K months. And then the last piece, like we touched on in the last slide, building unwavering conviction in your authority and leadership to execute and move with the vision God gave you, and only you, bitch. No one else can fucking do it. How is this feeling so far? Is this landing with anyone? Is anyone like, yo, my shit's pulsing? Yeah, Anne Marie's already Anne Marie's in it, so you know, she knows. So what's included? We'll have 2-hour weekly live trainings with a Q&A at the end, so you'll get live hot seat coaching, access to the online community and group chat with other devoted angels, like you guys were saying that you're desiring, being in a fucking room with women that are just pouring the fuck into you and only see your vision coming to life. And like I touched on before with one of my practitioners, Gailey Salter, I'm bringing on all 3 of my teachers for bonus calls. So I'm bringing on my world-class breathwork and somatic practitioners, month one. Taylor and Claire, they're fucking incredible at what they do. And they offered to come in and give a call to all of my girlies in this program. Um, my She was my acupuncturist when I first met her in San Diego. Her name's Gailey Salter. She's an incredible Chinese medicine practitioner. I'm in her root cause somatic and energetic practitioner training now, and this bitch is just like pure fucking magic. When she first started Chinese medicine school or whatever the fuck you called it, acupuncture, she was helping shrink tumors just from her loving presence and awareness. Like that's how fucking powerful this bitch is. Um, and then I'm bringing my business coach in too, month three, to lead us through some structures and systems. Um, you'll get access to the Embodied Leader Somatic Practice Vault. So what you get access to anyways today, but there's going to be a lot more practices on there once we start. And then lifetime access to all call recordings and information. And I'm curious, just raise of hands. Yay, thank you, baby. I love it. Raise of hands. Is anyone already like, yeah, I'm in. I just need to fucking figure out how the fuck this is gonna work. Yeah, amazing. Great, because that's what we're here to do, you know? Creative solutions is what I call them. And God always delivers miracles. So, since you guys are the first people I've showed this to, rather than it being the full price, rather than it being 3,333 and 1,200 a month for 3 months, I'm taking 555 off for you guys. And there's multiple options we can drop into. So it doesn't just have to be paid in full, doesn't just have to be a 3-month payment plan. We also have an option where you can pay over time, 6 to 24 months. So in theory, you could get payments down to like $100 a month, which is bananas. So if it's the money, figure outable. If it's the fear, great, you're gonna move through it with us. If it's the time, shit's recorded. Okay. I'm curious when this comes up, are there any questions? Are there any fears? Are there any hesitations between, and we can always talk about this on a one-on-one call, but any questions that you guys have right now when it comes to what I've already shared in terms of what's included, the time frame, the pricing, any of it, or reflections. So good. I'm
I have
gonna,
a question.
yes, babe.
So, is there gonna be time to like, will there be breakout rooms or like how will it work as far as sharing our own one-on-one process throughout it?
Yeah. So it's a really beautiful question. So there will be Q&A at the end of every single call, every single week. And my intention is to start every single call with a tune in, a drop in, and I'll bring on either one or two women to go through a somatic processing like we did today with Anne Marie. And then of course, like the group chat as well. Like you're more than welcome to share anything and everything that comes through, voice memo form, video form, text form, all of it. Make sure I can see you guys. Does that answer your question, Boo?
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions, angel mommies? Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the slides. So, oh, what I'm gonna give you guys access to is in order to lock in that pricing, you need to schedule your call before Monday. That doesn't mean we hop on a session before Monday. It just means you schedule your call before Monday. So I'm going to drop the link in here for you guys. Let me find it first. I'm gonna drop that fucking link. Draw that bitch. Okay, she's in the chat. Scheduling it before Monday, and I'm curious if Christina, Anne Marie, Dakota, if any of you guys feel called or inspired to share about our work together, just to give these angels insight into what that feels and looks like and all the things.
I will.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, same probably. Um, you said earlier that this was the first one you've done that felt aligned and like soul led. So I was a part of one of her master classes last year when apparently it wasn't soul led and aligned. And everything she's offering in this is how I felt during that. And I didn't even get to finish it. The group chats were on fire, the sisterhood was on fire, the calls were life changing. That was the first time I ever got to feel energies inside my body. And it was actually during a recording because it is flexible. Like I wasn't able to come to the live one, so I was able to watch it. And that's when things started, not that, but that was one of the times things started coming through for me. So that was huge. And then just our work together started somewhere we thought like it had direction when we started, ended up taking a detour, which is why I didn't actually get to finish the class. I lost my dad during the midst of all of that, and Cameron held me through every bit of it in a way that I had never experienced sisterhood before. So if you feel called to take this course, do it because there's a reason that you feel called to be in her presence and in the people that she calls into her energy and like her atmosphere. So I'm just thankful to be here and like thankful to get to do this another time. Round two, baby.
Round two, baby. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I just sent Dakota her round two gifts today, and it was so cute. I watched your video before hopping on this call, and
Yeah, I've been crying since 5 o'clock. Thank you. My time.
so good. Thank you, babe. Thank you for sharing. Christina and Marie, if you guys want to share anything, or Lourdes, if you want to share anything, baby girl.
Ooh, I will share. I mean, since meeting you, Cam, and then doing one-on-one sessions, I have really tapped into the miracle frequency, but the just abundance that is like the field of energy. What you think you're tapped into it, and then it's like you go deeper into yourself and deeper into your body, and it's like, oh, you have another level of capacity and to be able to be seen and held and witnessed as you grow. And yeah, it's just really beautiful to be received by other women and be surrounded by other women and to love other women in the way that like you want to be loved. So you are everything, and I'm so excited for everyone to join the program.
Yeah. Or even Gracie. I forgot you were on here too, Grace Boom. If anyone else feels called to share just what these spaces have supported you through or in, and yeah. Anne Marie or Grace or Lourdes.
Yeah, I'll share again. I just wanted to give other people the space if they wanted to. But for me, like when I was like thinking about working with you, I literally had already got messages from my womb that like it was gonna happen. And like I just had already like visualized it and it was just like, I don't know, I just knew it in my body, like it was what I needed. And then with starting a business, I had always like had this idea of like starting a business was going to be hustle and work, but like with working with Cam, it's felt completely different. It's just felt like very flowy, and I feel like I have a best friend like with me during the process, which is priceless.
Mm.
So I'm so excited for this program, and I'm just so excited to be having more time with Cam.
Thank you, babe. Yeah, Anne Marie and Dakota are already in. Hee hee hee. Oh, Grace said, Cam, I'm gonna start crying. Grace. Um, Grace, if you can come off mute just so I don't have to bawl while I'm reading this. If not, that's okay too.
I'm at the beach. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, hello. I love you. This is crushing. I love the name. Oh my God, God embodied. Wow. Yeah, I just wrote in the chat, Cam has the most activating presence. I highly recommend getting into her world. Yeah, working with her and just meeting her as a friend and then like practitioner was incredibly activating. I just had never met anyone like her. That still there is nobody like her. And yeah, if you feel called, say yes. Like I just know that this I've just never seen her more embodied too and like more clear. And I'm so proud of you. And I just know this is gonna be like your legacy. So if you feel called, like be a founding member of this. Like this is gonna pop off. So love you.
I fucking love you. This woman has held me in some of the most like tender, gut-wrenching experiences of my fucking life. That's why I was getting emotional. I love you, Gracie. So the scheduling link is in the chat. Please, before we hop off, just schedule something. If you have fears, if you have hesitations come up, good, fucking bring them. You don't have to figure it out on your own. That's not what we're here for. We figure it out together. God, yes, moves in singles, but God fucking moves in circles. Um, so please, 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 please schedule your call before we hop off. The link is in the chat. And I would love to leave the space open for, I mean, 20-ish minutes or so for any Q&As that you guys have. Anything under the sun. Yeah, Danny, you can schedule after the 20th. Yeah. So you can schedule after Monday, but just like schedule in. Get like put like schedule it before Monday. Not the call, but hit the fucking link before Monday. I was like trying to figure out how to word this properly before this fucking call. Okay, resent the link. Let me know when you guys book it. We'll celebrate you. Yes, Zaza. Questions, baby.
Yes, question. How did you realize that your relationship with your birth father is so related to your relationship with money? And what do you think the biggest transformation was in like, I know you mentioned going and spending time with your parents, but say like, yeah, what do you think the biggest tool was in like transforming that relationship?
It's a really beautiful question. Um, when I realized that like my blood father and money had such an intricate connective piece was when I realized that my relationship with money was actually my father's relationship with money. And he was very impulsive, gambled a lot, would just like promise me things and like spend money he didn't have, go crazy in credit card debt. And I was fucking doing the same. Um, and so that was like one of the biggest realizations was like, holy fuck, I'm my father in many ways, but that one specifically. And remind me of your second question again around going home.
Oh, what do you feel like was the tool to really transform that relationship with money and your father?
Um, Again, getting in rooms with women that have already transformed their relationship with money,
Mm.
actively in the state of abundance. Not just like taking action and like posting every day and selling shit. Um, but also going in and meeting the unconscious pieces in the physical body, in the energy body that are wound up around receiving and that are wound up around being seen in authority, being seen in opinion, being seen in power. And one of the biggest things that I had to unravel to start receiving money, there's like two pieces to this. One is I had to be held in processing my sexual trauma with a partner a few years ago and with my father. And that was the biggest fucking like energetic tie. Um, so having somatic energetic support around sexual trauma was huge because I was fearing receiving anything sexually from myself, from life. And because of that, I couldn't receive money and men. Like everything just fucking terrified me. So that's the biggest piece, one of the biggest pieces. And then the other piece is again getting in rooms with women that are just fucking on it, that are so devoted to like fucking burning the lack and limitation and scarcity in their bloodlines and are already seeing abundance and momentum in their field. I hope that answers your question.
Yes. One more question was like my father is like has always been well, he had scarcity as a child, so he kind of devoted his life to making money. And I feel like I'm not, I mean, I've been seeing more abundance come in recently, but I feel like I'm the opposite in a way. Do you see that as well?
What do you mean opposite?
Like, I feel like I'm kind of stuck at this certain income,
Mm,
and my father is like making a lot of money and
mhm.
has been.
Yeah, I mean, even just as you name that, I think I saw what you wrote in the chat earlier too. There may this like most of this is unconscious. Most of this we can't figure out until we go into your body and into your system. There could be a part that fears making a lot of money because you'll be like your father. And there's probably like a um what's the word I'm looking for? A rebellious part that's like, fuck that. I don't want to be like him.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it's so real. And of course, our mind is like, whatever, nah, 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 nah. Like, I can still make a lot of money. And again, it's just the conscious. Like, the conscious is 5%. The body, what we go into unconsciously, is 95. And once we hit those roots, then everything can clear. And you can actually allow yourself to receive more.
Mm, thank you.
Not embodied, baby. We do it in there. Um, yeah. Any other questions, angels? Any and all. I'm here for it. Don't be shy.
I have one. Hello.
Awesome.
My question is about like this fear of judgment. I noticed actually with my mom, we have a lot of she, has these stories and beliefs of how I should live my life and do the things. And it's came to a point where, we've said our things, but I'm constantly trying to like prove her wrong. And it's also this like proving her wrong and simultaneously not being to where I know I want to be at, and this weird like tug of war that I'm in. Um, and it's like causing just this communication barrier. Like we can't really talk about business because she thinks that, I'm not making it. And then I also have this like just really hard like fear of failure and yet like fear of success simultaneously. Um, and so all of that being said, how, I don't want to say like how can I work through that, but like in what ways can I go into the subconscious to like clear that?
Yeah, so I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing there's this desire to go into deeper intimacy with your mother and have both parties feel seen, heard, loved, and supported, but unsure of how to navigate that.
Yeah.
And then the other piece I'm hearing is, of course, like the natural fear of failure and success. So I'll hit on the latter first, the fear of failure and success. The fact is, we just have to fucking meet it. We have to feel like a failure. We have to feel the fear of success in order to transmute it.
Hmm.
It wasn't until, I think I told you about this, it wasn't until last fall when I let my ego take passenger seat and every part of me wanted to fucking resist. My nervous system was so goddamn shot. Every part of my nervous system wanted to resist, but I got a serving job at a restaurant. And the first day I went in, my mom dropped me off. I was fucking sobbing. I was like, that's it. I'm never gonna be a fucking entrepreneur again. I suck. Like, woe is me, all this stuff. And I had to feel that failure. I had to feel it in order to transmute it. Had I not done that, supported my nervous system, faced that fear head on, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Hmm.
I wouldn't have, yeah, I wouldn't have gone on those 3 retreats and photographed those retreats in Thailand, Costa Rica, and Guatemala. The reason I came to Guatemala was because I was hired to photograph a retreat and then I just never fucking left. I could only do that because I got that serving job and because I faced being a failure. And I know every part in your body wants to resist. I know it. I know it. I know it because I fucking felt it and moved through it too. And there's something so beautiful about allowing yourself to collapse into that feeling, into that experience, so it doesn't have a fucking chokehold on you anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm here to love you through it. I see you regardless. You're a fucking powerful ass woman, regardless.
Thank you.
Mhm. I love you.
Love you.
Number two, um, deepening intimacy with mama. This one, I know her very well too. It can be tricky, especially when mothers have this masculine energy of protection all the fucking time. For me, my mom always thought I was like coming at her, so she would immediately respond with like she
Hmm.
wanted to fight unconsciously. Like there was always a part of her wanting to like fight. Like she thought she was being threatened.
Hmm.
And when I was home for those 5 months, so real. When I was home for those 5 months, yes, doing the somatic and energetic work with practitioners really supported me. And when I went to go tell my mom something vulnerably, whether it was like about our connection or an experience, I had to say, Mom, I'm not attacking you. And that actually allowed her system to relax because you're talking to her nervous system rather than her mind.
Hmm.
And a big part with these conversations, especially with family, especially with mom, dad, step parents, is speaking from the heart, speaking from speaking from vulnerability, speaking from vulnerability. Because if you stay in that back, down, bottom part of your body and you're just patient there, they will meet you there. Maybe not,
Hmm.
maybe not like that conversation, but they will meet you there. Because the one who has the most regulated nervous system in conflict holds the power. That part.
Yeah, that part.
That part. And I know, especially when we got those mama triggers, we're like, God damn, I want to like blow up a building, like fuck
Yeah.
this. And we get to feel that in somatic sessions and then go into conversations with parents from that vulnerable I place. I'm desiring this. I love you and I felt this. I'm not looking for you to, I'm not looking to blame you. I don't need you to take accountability. I just want to be heard. It's like a completely different kind of conversation in that way.
Mhm. Thank you.
Of course. Yeah. Any other questions, mommies? Nothing's off the table. Mm.
Can I share something like in response to what they just said? I forget her name.
Christina?
Yeah.
Christina, do you feel open?
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, just from my own experience, I relate to that with my mom as well, and I noticed like she was doing this. I was nomadic this past year, and she was very insecure about that. Like when I she found out, she was like, "You're homeless," and then like when I visited her, I was wearing my clothes from my travels in Peru and Guatemala, and she's was very insecure. Like you look, and told me every day that I look homeless,
Mm.
and because I was wearing like ponchos and long skirts, like whatever, and she and then like after a few days when she told me I looked homeless, I said, "Guess what? I am homeless." Like I just totally accepted it and like owned it, and I don't know if you'd call that a failure because to me being nomadic was my dream for years, but like I was like, "Yeah, I'm homeless." And she just shut right up. Like nothing to say. So, that's all.
Mhm.
There's
I
some.
think acceptance piece was huge for me to hear, so thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Danny said, I feel like I've gone mute with my parents. I still live with them, but yeah, I've just kind of numb and super closed off to them. It's a complicated roommate style relationship. I've tried to voice it with my mom in the past, but it's been a struggle. Yeah. Um, I'm curious how long you've been living with them. Um, I was the same the first couple months I stayed with my parents because I was extremely dysregulated. Um, I didn't know how to communicate from my heart because I was just focusing on surviving. And again, it wasn't until I got into rooms with women that were devoted and are devoted to deepening intimacy across all the boards and allowed myself to invest in somatic and energetic support, did things actually start to shift? Because it starts inside of our bodies. It doesn't start in having the conversations externally. It doesn't start necessarily by like writing them a letter. It starts by going into the unconscious and being present enough with our bodies to meet the numbness, to meet the closed offness. Yeah, my whole life. Yeah, like seeing you so deeply, sister. Yeah, seeing you so deeply, and there's nothing wrong with you. It's part of your story. It's part of your story. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I'm here. We're here with you, feeling that heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. When we give in to the grief, when we give in to the shame, when we give in to the judgment, fully and completely and let it swallow us whole, then it turns back into love and clarity and expansion. Love you, Mahana. And there's no rush to get there. But you will get there. I'm living proof that you will get there. Yeah. Yeah. Holding your heart so deeply and like, yeah. Yeah. In the contraction and the expansion. Lauren said, I had to move in with my parents a few years ago when COVID hit and my boyfriend died in a car crash. My mom and I learned to find solid ground by doing art together. Dropping into the body and opening that channel of expression has allowed us to have so many healing conversations. It's ongoing. Wow, Lauren, thank you. Yeah, there's 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 gifts to tap into when we're home like that, and only when we stop resisting it do they actually begin to show themselves. Because I was the same way. I felt so much shame and judgment, Danny, when I was home with my parents in the fall. Yeah. 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 There's so many textures of our parents that we get to meet in this journey, and it it all it all comes back to allowing ourselves to be held and seen and loved and supported in circles of women that do see us and that do love us through it. Yeah, Lauren, again, thank you for sharing, baby. Yes, Lexus.
Okay. I'm really anxious, but I want to I live with my dad currently. I feel like over the past years, just like growing up, I'm only 23, that as I've been walking on my own journey and figuring out who I am and really like rooting in the life I want to create and who I want to be, it's become so clear to me, like the generational trauma and just like the parental pain with my mom and my father, that it's sometimes really hard for me to stay rooted in who I want to be and the life I want to create, because he'll say something and I'll get triggered. I'll say something, he gets triggered. And I just find sometimes like the environment is really hard for me to stay stabilized. And I know like a lot of the other women here have shared the difficulties of that. And I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. And I really value the work that you guys are doing for yourselves and just continuing to try, because it's really hard.
Love you, Alexis. You're so held here. You're so held here.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your appreciation for all the other women in this group, and for sharing where you're at and what's alive. And I'm curious if you guys would be open to me sharing the benefits of this work, because when I just went home a couple weeks ago, I got to experience it for like the deepest for the first time. Yeah, I love how everyone's in this boat. This is beautiful. So when I was home living with my stepdad and mom, my stepdad had like really strong, they call them firefighter parts, like alcoholism, addiction, things like that. He would get home from work, drank 6 beers a night, fall asleep on the couch and just kind of like do that every fucking day. Like his relationship with my mom wasn't good. Um, she was just pissed because she was like holding everything, blah, blah, blah. And um, I went home a couple weeks ago for my cousin's wedding. And before I left to come to Guatemala in December, I had a really, really challenging, beautiful, vulnerable conversation with my stepdad. It was just him and I in the car. I was fucking sobbing. Like my heart was so open. I was terrified. But it was all love. It was all heart. And I told him there have been nights where I was upstairs so sad, crying, seeing you drink so much. I love you so much. I want you to be here for my sisters because he has three other daughters. I want you to be here for my sisters. I want you to be here for like my babies, your grandchildren. And it scares me seeing you like this. And he was so receptive to it. And when I came home a couple weeks ago, I've gotten emotional last few times saying this. When I went home a couple weeks ago, my mom told me that him and her, my mom and my stepdad, started to go to the gym every other day together. He stopped drinking beer. He drinks like liquor here and there. Like he's lost 20 pounds. They're doing stuff around the house every single weekend. His relationship with my mom is like so much better. And I can't help but think it's because I had that conversation with him where I told him my heart's like deepest, deepest truth. Like, I need you to be here for my babies. I need you to be here for my sisters. Hmm. Yeah, Grace said, I was just home with my family for 3 weeks and I'm still really integrating everything that came up. Yeah, so with you ladies. Grateful to Cam for opening this conversation. Yeah, healing lineages. It's true. The work that we do impacts our parents directly, whether we think of it or not. Yeah. Yeah. I see you guys so deeply because I am you guys. And I've just gotten to the other side. And that's what I like, that's why I'm here. That's why I created God Embodied. It's not just about the fucking business. Like, yeah, we can make fucking thousands of dollars every day, but it's not gonna mean shit if we don't have those deep, beautiful, intimate relationships with the people we desire to. And that's actually what opens up the channels of abundance and receptivity is having those hard conversations with our parents and feeling those things. So I'm going to send the link one more time because I love you guys and I want you to choose yourself if it aligns. If you've been here long enough, it most likely is. And it's a no pressure call that we hop on. Again, 555 off. Bring your fears, bring your hesitations, bring your doubts. We'll walk through them together. If you think that you can't, book the call. If you think that you can, book the call. I love you guys so deeply, and I love this work so much. Well, the baby kitties are calling. Yeah, of course. Any last questions before we close this beautiful container out? Yeah, of course. Yes, we love the tears. Mm. Mm. Yeah, love you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. You'll get an email from me in a bit, and you'll get access to all those goodies and stuff too. All right, beautiful angels. Hit me up on Instagram with any reflections or questions that you have. I'm here, and I love you guys so much. Bon voyage.